Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at standard 6.G.A.1. Find the area of right triangles, other triangles, special quadrilaterals, and polygons by composing into rectangles or decomposing into triangles and other shapes. Apply these techniques in the context of solving real-world and mathematical problems. Calculating the area of compound shapes. A compound shape is made up of basic shapes put together. You may also hear it called a composite or complex shape, like the image shown here. This shape is made up of rectangles. So if I put a line here or one here, then this would be 3 rectangles. Step 1, work out the missing lengths around the edge of the compound shape. Step 2, divide your shape into rectangles as few as possible. Step 3, work out the area of each rectangle. We'll do this by multiplying the base of the rectangle by the height, or length times width. And step 4, add the areas of the rectangles together to give the total area of the shape. So our first example, find the area of the compound shape. If you notice, I have the same shape here twice, and that's because I'm going to show you how to calculate the area of both of these shapes by splitting them different ways. So this first one, I'm going to split it here, and I'm going to call this rectangle A and rectangle B. Now I need to fill in my missing dimensions. So I have a side here and one up here that I do not have a number, but I can easily calculate that. So if this entire side length is 9 centimeters and this portion here is 2, so if this is 2, then here is also 2, and from here to here will be 2. So 9 minus 2 would give me this space here. So 9 minus 2 is 7. So this here is 7 centimeters. Now for the bottom portion, the entire thing is 10. And this piece here is 6. So 10 minus 6 would give me 4. So here I have my dimensions filled in. Now when I look at rectangle A, I'm going to outline rectangle A in green. So here I find that I have one dimension that's 9 and another that's 4. So I'm going to use my formula, A equal length times width, or base times height, whichever is fine. And I'm going to multiply 9 times 4, and that will give me the area of rectangle A. So this here is rectangle A. Now rectangle B, I'm going to outline that rectangle in blue. And here I find that my dimensions are 6 and 2. So again, I'm using my formula, A equals length times width. And I'm using 6 times 2. So I find that that's 12 centimeters squared. Now to find the total area, I have to add both of these areas together. So the area is equal to 36 plus 12, which is 48 centimeters squared. So the area of this compound shape is 48 centimeters squared. Now let's take a look at it if I split it a different way. So here I split it vertically. Now I'm going to split it horizontally. So I can split it right here. I'm going to label this one A and this one here B. Now I'm going to use the information that I have to fill in my missing sides, which are here and up here. So now if this entire thing is 10 and this portion is 6, that means right here would have to be 4, and the same would apply here. And if this entire thing is 9 and this portion is 2, that means this is 2. So therefore this would have to be 7, and over here would also be 7. So now I have all my sides filled in. Let me go ahead and start calculating my area. So I'm going to highlight rectangle A using orange. and I'm going to calculate my area. So here I see that this side measurement is 7 centimeters and this side, my width, is 4 centimeters. So I have 7 times 4, which is 28 centimeters squared. I'm going to highlight rectangle B using red. And here, this entire width would be 10, and this here, my height, would be 2. So I'm going to go ahead and plug those in. So I have 10 times 2, which is 20 centimeters squared. And then my total area is the sum of these two. So 28 plus 20 is equal to 48 centimeters squared. So no matter how I split up my compound shape, as long as I fill in my missing dimensions correctly and I apply my formula correctly, I will get the same answer. And in this case, that's 48 centimeters squared. Find the area of the compound shape. So first I'm going to go ahead and fill in my missing sides, which I see are here and here. Now if this portion is 5, and then this portion over here, so this to here is 5, and then from here to here is 2, I have 5 plus 2, where this would be 7 miles. And if from here to here is 3, and then from here to here is also 3, then I have 3 plus 3, where this is 6 miles. So now I have all my dimensions filled in. I can go ahead and break up my rectangle. So I'm going to split this rectangle here, and I'm going to label this one A and this one B. So now I can go ahead and figure out the area using the dimensions. So here this side measurement is 3 and this is 2. So the area for rectangle A is length times width, which is equal to 3 times 2. And that is 6 miles squared. And now for B, I have this entire region of 7 and this side here of 3. So this, the area equals length times width, and I'm substituting 7 times 3, which is 21 miles squared. Now for this rectangle, I could not use the number 5 because 5 is only from this point to this point. So I would be missing all of this region over here. And I would still need to calculate the area for that. Now, if I wanted to use the number 5, I could have split the rectangle a different way, and that would have allowed me the opportunity to use the number 5. Okay, so remember, as I showed you in the previous example, there are more than one ways that you can split your rectangle. So here the total area is 6 plus 21 for a final answer of 27 miles squared. This example, find the area of the compound shape. So as I'm looking through, all of my outside dimensions seem to be filled in. But unlike the first two examples we did, this example will need to be cut into 3 parts. So I'm going to go ahead and just split it here. And I'm going to split it again here. Now we'll call this A, B, and C. So we're going to use the formula length times width to calculate the area. Now for rectangle A, we notice that here we see 3 yards. If that is 3, then also over here will be 3, and we see a 4 yards here. So the dimensions for rectangle A would be 4 and 3. So there we find that the area is 12 yards squared. Now let's take a look at rectangle B. Now rectangle B, we see over here there's a dimension of 21, but that 21 is the measurement for the entire side. Okay, and we see that from here to here would be 3. And up here, if this over here is 4, then here would also be 4. So we know that 21, we would need to subtract the dimensions of 4 and 3 and we would get 14. So we would get the dimension that's listed here. Now, this entire side is 11, and I know my dashed line here is going to represent the portion of this rectangle, and then I have this dimension over here, which is listed as 4. So if the entire thing is 11, I can subtract 4 from that to figure out what's missing. 11 minus 4 is 7. So the dimension here on rectangle B would be 7. I could have also figured that out by adding my 4 here and the 3 that's represented here for 7. So the dimensions for rectangle B are 14 and 7. So area equals length times width. Area equals 14 times 7. 4 times 7 is 28. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 2 is 98 yards squared. Now let's take a look at rectangle C. So we know that this bottom portion from here all the way across is 11, and the side is 4. So the dimension for rectangle C would be 11 and 4. So we'll multiply those. 11 times 4 is 44 yards squared. So we're going to add the area of all three numbers together. So we have 12 plus 98 plus 44. 2 plus 8 is 10 plus 4 is 14. 9 plus 1 is 10 plus 1 is 11 plus 4 is 15. So the total area is 154 yards squared. Thank you for watching and have a great day.